check on the teams. The Castleford side, the coach Malreilly's been unusually bold in his selections. He's left out David Ruckley, who is his equal top try scorer at full-back. Centre Phil Payne, Stuart Horton, played in every round, but in comes Gary Lord at full-back, a youngster, experienced centre Gary Hyde, and the Great Britain tourist hooker Kevin Beardmore. Very big, strong pack, and those two match winners, number 6 and 7, Bob Beardmore and John Joyner. No lack of confidence in the Castleford side. But in the Hull camp, well, there was a little bit of lack of confidence yesterday morning when coach Roger Millward had problems. Only named his side at 12 o'clock today, but he'll be relieved to see fullback George Fairbairn there, fit after a knee injury. John Doherty recovered from a slight bout of flu, and Peter Johnson thankfully taking up his spot at number 8, suffering from a stomach bug during the week. But he does lack his international second row, Hogan and Chris Burton, but nonetheless, very, very professional side. And Robin Whitfield just introducing the little Old Kingston Rovers mascot. What a proud day for that little boy, and for all of them. And certainly Robin Whitfield looks to be enjoying the occasion already, Alec.
Oh yes, Ray, he's the man for the job, and you'll find out today that he'll keep full control of the game. It should be interesting to see, Ray, how this game starts, because I think there's going to be an explosion of tackling as soon as this whistle blows.
And Castleford then in the amber shirts and the black shorts, about to get the 1986 Silk Cup Challenge Cup final underway. Big blast on the whistle from Robin, and we're underway. And a difficult ball for this big second row Andy Kelly to take. Just misjudged it, possibly misjudged it, Alec, I think, in the breeze that's blowing around.
Yes,
wind.
Maybe, Ray, early in the game he took his eye off the ball, and really you've got to roll these balls at Wembley.
Jamie Sandy. Good strong driving run there. Kevin Ward. Well, no, held back. Tremendous attack from Castleford straight away. Little chip from Bob Beardmore. This was how he scored in the semi-final. Oh, but well taken by George Fairbairn. The Rovers, I think, will want to settle the game down. Harkin to Kelly. I think we'll see a lot here of Paul Harkin at the acting half-back position, or the first receiver, distributing the ball. There he is, to Doherty. But that's a bad kick. A lot of pressure was put on John Doherty there. He had to kick hurriedly. And of course, on every occasion in rugby league, the ball must bounce into touch.
I think what John Doherty was trying to say then, Ray, that the Castleford player actually touched the ball, but Robin Whitfield obviously thinks otherwise.
Good tackle by Gary Lord, and I think that youngster, number 1, Gary Lord, would be glad to get that tackle in. It's a big occasion for him, brought in at the last minute to Mike Smith, who's got Gary Clark with him. Both of these sides, tremendous attacking potential. Harkin, Peter Johnson, that's a good ball. Andy Kelly, popping up out on the wing there. Gary Crone to David Laws. Kelly again. Oh, good passing here from Hull KR. Well, another lost ball.
And that's tremendous play though, Ray. You've got it. That is exciting rugby. It was a turnover, actually. They did lose the ball, but what magnificent rugby from Old Kingston Rovers.
Gary Hyde. Keith England doing a forwards job here, driving in, settling it down. Very similar, this driving one down, very similar to setting up the ruck or the maul in rugby union, bringing the pack together before launching it across the back. This is what they're doing now. Well, John Joyner was trying to do. Skipper, very experienced player, but that's a good kick. Oh yes, crunching kick there from Bob Beardmore. Nothing better than a kick like that for your forwards to move 40-50 yards upfield without the slog. Castleford, 3 times at Wembley, won on every appearance. Huddersfield, Salford and Wigan all were beaten here, but that's a good scrum, and a vital scrum for Watkinson. This battle between the two pairs of half-backs, Alex, should be entertaining.
Yes, it should actually, because both sets of half-backs have got ability, and they both can play football, they both can support the man with the ball, and really it'll just depend which pair of half-backs get on top, Ray.
Emma. 10 minutes gone, still no score each. And we haven't seen a lot of Gavin Miller come in the game yet, have we?
No, I've heard a little whisper, Ray, that he pulled out of training with hamstring trouble.
That's a beautiful pass to Mike Smith. He's got Gary Clark outside him, but Sandy's covering. Good tackle, excellent tackle by that #1 Gary Lord. Mal really brought Gary Lord into the Castleford side for his defence. Oh, and another good kick from Paul Harkin. Time and time again this season, we've seen this scrum half punish sides with those long grubber kicks down the touchline.
I think actually Ray, he's just said to himself, well, what my opposite number can do, I can do, and he's put Hulkings and Rovers in a very strong position, because if he held his scrum, I think they could be in a great chance.
Yes, and offside. Well, what will John Doherty do? Can't see any real reason to put this into touch, because they'll be taking the tap penalty on the identical spot. They could have taken the tap penalty then. But I think it possibly gives him his side time to settle down and get a set move on. Here is one. To Miller. Harrison.
I don't like the way that Gavin Miller, he's got this big strapping, the number 13, he's got a tremendous strapping round his thigh, and if he has got a problem with hamstring trouble, I think, they are going to be struggling.
Gary Prone. And where is the strapping? And he certainly looks to be favouring that left leg. That's a good ball to Johnston. Paul Harkin in at every movement, attempted drop, but no, to Lord. It was worth an attempt. I think if the side can just get 1 or 2 points early on the board, it's so much for confidence. Ian French. To Ward. This is the job we said he would be doing, clearing his lines, taking a lot of steam out of those forwards. Notice it takes 3 forwards to tackle him. To Ketteridge. But not a good kick. Straight to Gary Clark. And Clark there, eager just to take the ball away from the touchline. He knows his side have got 5 more tackles now. To Harkin. Kelly. And Mal really going through agonies. He was here as a player in 69 and 70 for Castleford, but it's worse as a coach, I think. Oh, here's a good chance to Gary Prone, but a crunching tackle from Kevin Ward, more of a shoulder tackle than anything else. And I think that hurt Gary Prone. He's a big man, he's played loose forward in the past. But nice to see Bob Beardmore, the Castleford scrum half, saying, "Are you all right, Gary?" And just a nod of the head, he is. Beardmore to put the ball in. And Watkinson takes the one against the head. Doherty. Fairburn. Oh, good ball to Mike Smith. But well covered by Tony Marchant. Jamie Sandy. Well, he's weaving, he's dodging, this little lad, when he gets the ball, Alec.
He's a tricky little customer. I'd like to see him when he gets a straight run, because he looks a very strong little boy, and it'd be interesting if he did get a clear feel out what his pace would be like.
John Joyner to Bob Beardmore. That's a crunching tackle from Zouk Emma. No favours asked, no quarter given there. Keith England. Ian French. Heavy wall. A little bit too much passing, Alec, at the moment, isn't it?
Yes, and there's far too much rugby being played down the middle. Look at this little fella. He'll be on Valium, he'll be on everything, this fella. He's the most nervous man. He'll have a fag in his mouth in 5 seconds flat. And I wonder what he's thinking there.
Harkin, good break. He's looking for support. Just couldn't get there. Both sides looking to break down that defence. 15 minutes gone, still looking for the first point. Back to Doherty. Oh, that's another piercing kick. Good kick from John Doherty. Both this man, Doherty, and his half-back partner, Harkin, really brought the art of grubber kicking back to rugby league. And already we've got a...
I think it looks like David Ruckley, Ray. I can't see any injuries on the Castleford side, but it may be just a precaution that there is a slight knock with one of the players.
Beardmore. And he gets the ball. Sensibly not passing the ball there, Bob Beardmore, waiting for his pack to regroup. To Ketteridge. Tony Marchant. Oh, that's a good break. He slipped Gary Crome. Just couldn't get the ball away on the inside to Gary Hyde. To Johnson. Beardmore. This is a good movement here. Ward, Marchant. He's got Jamie Sandy outside him. Well, he beats George Fairburn. But good covering back from Gary Crome there, the New Zealand centre. Saved the danger. But Cass on the attack. Johnson. Excellent ball skills, this number 10, Barry Johnson for Castleford. And the third up and under there from Beardmore. For the third time we've seen George Fairburn take down. Like the Rock of Gibraltar, this lad. And Kelly just holding the ball, quite content to bring it away. Little bit of panic in the ranks for Hull Kingston Rovers, Alan.
Yes, and looking at one or two of the forwards, you know, this ground seems to have been taking its toll. There's one or two of the forwards look very heavy-legged indeed, Ray, and it's early on in the game.
Well, here's a lad who isn't heavy-legged, David Laws. They don't give this lad a yard. Had a very good season, capped against France this year. Arkin to Doherty. Looking to punish Castleford again, but doesn't quite make it. Well, he looks like the little mascot that you hang in front of the coach, Alex, but he's certainly
he's
effective,
a very
isn't
small fella indeed. I think some of these people, he's so small, they're actually going over the top of him.
Ian French looking to put a bit of pep into this Castleford side now. Johnson to Wall. No, Rovers ball. Peter Johnston, good run here from this prop forward. Our Australian viewers will be interested in him, those watching us in Sydney. The Canterbury Bankstown prop. Settled in well here with Hull Kingston Rovers.
I think, Ray, looking at this game now, there's got to be a problem with Gavin Miller. I've never seen Gavin Miller, you know, in such a quiet game. He looks as though he's anywhere the ball is, he doesn't want to be.
George Ferber. No. He weighed up the situation, did George. He knew that the outsides were marked, but a bad kick. And just look at Roger, he's biting his nails already. Still in the first half.
We'll find out, Ray, another 10 minutes, he'll be down to the nutters.
And Gavin Miller, not quite got himself in the game so far. Usually rough and robust, this lad. Reminded me of the great Australian loose forward Johnny Raper, the same sort of style, direct, going forward.
I think we could do with a try now, Ray, now, don't we? I think they've settled down with the nerves.
Oh, that's a good pass from Kevin Ward. Marchant, he's got David Plange on his outside. He's done it, but he's going for the line, and he must make it. Oh, magnificent opening try there. What confidence there in Tony Marchant. I think, just like those Castleford supporters, felt that the ball should have gone to David Plange. But he put the bit between his teeth, and it was a try.
What a magnificent try for Castleford. Tony Marchant here, Great Britain centre. Kevin Ward holds the ball. Tony Marchant in support. This is a tremendous try. This needs scoring. This wanted scoring, and he wanted to score. Doesn't he open his legs out? Doesn't he stride them out? And he'll be very, very happy in that.
Yes, excellent try for that. And Bob Beardmore saying, come on, that's not enough, lads. 4 points to nil, hasn't won this cup yet. But real confidence from Tony Marchant. Another of these Castleford youngsters, 23 years of age. And I'm viewers in Australia, Wynnum Manly, watching this in Brisbane. He'll be out there joining them. Flies out this week to play for Wynnum Manly. They'll enjoy and appreciate that try. Kettridge attempts to convert, and he gets it. So Castleford break the stalemate, much to the delight of their fans. And a tremendous piece of rugby here from Tony Marchant. Notice how he watches David Laws, and that confuses Laws. The Hull KR wingman was expecting the ball to go to Plange, and then doesn't he just stride out? No problems, confidence in his own pace. And a shot for Rovers, Ollie.
Yes, but we did say that a try was needed, and what a try it was. Tremendous effort, and we'll now see that the efforts that Ulkington Rovers can do, because I think they've got one or two problems with some of these players. You don't take players to Wembley, Ray, if they're only 85% fit.
Well, time will tell, and this could be one of them. There were hints about him having a slight pulled hamstring, and certainly we've not seen this turn away loose forward as we normally do. He's carrying that left leg. Back to Kettridge. And I'm pretty sure Coach Mel Reilly has told this Castleford side, play the game in Hulkingston Rovers half. Very shrewd tactician, Malcolm. To Gary Pro. Peter Johnson. Having a good forceful game, this Johnson. 6 foot 15 stone Australian, Canterbury Bankstown in Sydney. That's a good ball to Kelly. Just wasn't running onto it. Andy Kelly there could have been a couple of yards deeper to come onto that ball. Oh, that's a nice chip from Donaghy. Just couldn't take it. But well judged by this youngster, Gary Lord. Bob Beardmore. French. to Johnson. Likes to hold the ball in one hand, this number 10, Barry Johnson. Good sleight of hand. Can often ride the tackle, yet get the pass out. But here's one lad who likes to run at the opposition, Kevin Ward, Alec, doesn't he?
Yes, he's got a look of Barney Rubble when you look at him by the face, Ray, but he's a big, strong lad and got some pace.
Oh, that was a dangerous ball. If Gary Prone could have got hold of that, and I think accidentally he caught Barry Johnson. And I do hope it's not that jaw. No, I think it's around the windpipe. Very game lad this, to come back after a couple of jaw breaks. He did consider retirement at one stage, but his love of the game brought him back, and he's just taking a rest. Pro. Ferber. Back to Miller. Harrison. And Hulkinson Rovers really passing flat, not really coming on at depth. These big second rows are taking the ball standing still. 15 minutes to go in this half. Still Castleford 6, Rovers 0. That one try from Tony Marchant and the conversion from Ketteridge. And a penalty.
I've never seen anything like this, Ray. Hulkinson Rovers actually looking to the bench to ask what to do. And in a position like this, I think really, you know, this fella, he's not giving him any inspiration whatsoever off the bench, and some of the lads on the field really don't know what to do.
Well, he's a shrewd enough coach, Roger Millward. I'm pretty sure, Alec, he will have weighed this game up. You know as well as I do that once you get out on that field, it's up to the players, and it's up now to John Doherty. And I really do think Hulkinson Rovers need a couple of points. Not just to narrow the deficit, but I think to give them confidence. It'll be a good kick if Doherty gets this. 40 yards out. Straight between the posts, but John Doherty has got to judge the swirling wind currents that you get here. Although he was telling me that he thinks he'll find kicking here very similar to the Sydney Cricket Ground, where the wind tends to swirl around the turn. He's kicked 98 goals and 2 drop goals this season. Had a very good season in British Rugby League. This is important. Oh, and it's a good goal. It's an accurate one. Struck that well, did Doherty. 2 points for his side, and let's hope, I think, if this kick will give them confidence.
And this is John Doherty. What a lovely kick. He's one of the natural kickers. Head down, follow through, just like playing golf.
Yes, Mr. Cool, they call him in Australia. And Ketteridge, I think, looking to get the ball deep in this 25. Now, what's Doherty doing? Well, I couldn't understand that, Alec. You've just received the ball from the kick-off. You've got 6 tackles, and you immediately kick it back to your opposition.
Yes, and that strikes me very funny. That, you know, you've got possession, and 1 or 2 of these lads carrying knocks, very tired, because they've only played 30 minutes, and they're giving Castleford the ball back.
Keith England. Strong weight trainer, this lad, known to his teammates as beefy. Ketteridge. A lot of effort, a lot of energy in this Castleford second row, these 2 youngsters. Bob Beardmore, that's a good driving run from French. 6 tackle coming up. Back to Beardmore. How many times have we seen him pumping this ball through? Oh, well taken by David Laws. And a good run by Laws. Excellent relieving run though.
That's good play from David Laws. He looks like one of the men when he gets the ball to have that little bit of pace. He looks as though he's got into the game very quickly, and he looks a strong lad.
Emma. And it's interesting to see, Ali, that the sun is breaking through again. It was beautiful and warm this morning. It then went very cool, and it's certainly going to get hot, I think, now down in that stadium.
It'll be interesting also, Ray, to see what kind of Hull Kingston are going to produce, because, you know, they are playing one-man type rugby where normally they throw this ball out wide, and they're not doing it today.
Des Harrison. It's surprising, though. One spark, one try, one pass can suddenly bring you back in the game at Wembley. Back to Doherty. Oh, well taken. What a confidence, this Gary Lord. Well, he need confidence with tacklers like that. Didn't he just run into those two Aussies, Miller and Johnson? To Sandy. And a penalty. Robin Whitfield just indicating there a penalty. Malcolm Reilly and Roger Millward, great friends, great playing colleagues, but not speaking to each other at the moment. Just 10 minutes to go in this half, and I think Castleford will settle for this lead at 6-2, I think.
Yes, I think they deserve the lead because they've took the chances. I am a little bit concerned about Hull Kingston Rovers that not one of the players want to run with the ball. They all seem to want to lay the ball off, and nobody wants to actually make the break.
Well, here's one lad who does want to run, Keith England. Lots of energy. Johnson, nice switch to Orr, an equally good switch to Ian French. He's looking for support, just couldn't get the ball away. Excellent close support forward work there. Good passing. Beardmore again at the hub of things to John Joyner. Back to Johnson. Yes, play on, but no. And I think Robin Whitfield's given an offside decision, accidental offside. He allowed play on, very good piece of refereeing, but when Hull Kingston Rovers couldn't take the advantage, it couldn't go back again to Castleford. And a good battle here between these two packs. Castleford heel against the head. John Joyner. Very big lad, John Joyner. 14 stone. Wants some pulling down, this Great Britain player. Castleford on the attack. Gary Lord knocking to get in. Johnson. No. Beardmore. Oh, good pass to French. Not really going anywhere, though. I think it would have been far better to have kept out on the outsides. Came back into the pack. Kevin Ward. To Hyde. Oh, good dummy. And the sixth tackle. Now, is it worth a drop goal? It is from Beardmore. And it's there. It's 1 point. Good piece of play by Bob Beardmore. And in fact, I think those forwards may have been playing for that, Alec, may have been driving to the post, ready for the drop goal.
Yes, I think it was a work plan, and I think what they've said was we've set ourselves up for this. Right back to Bob Beardsmore, takes his time, practically takes the lace out of the ball. No problems, right between the middle.
Yes, prolific point scorer, Bob Beardmore. 7 points to 2 for Castleford now. Oozing confidence, this Castleford side. Never lost at Wembley on the 3 previous occasions. Always been here as the underdogs, and yet have turned up trumps for the bookmakers in the end. Will they do it again? Keith England. That's a good pass and well taken. Oh, and well linked up by Lord. And another good pass. The Castleford players, Alec, running onto the ball with enthusiasm and coming on from depth, Alec, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And they're getting, I think they've got the feel of the ground now, Ray. I think they realise now that they've got over all the emotions, and the crowd's not getting to them anymore. They realise that they've got to run with the ball, and they're supporting the man with the play.
To Johnson. Yes, Mal Riley can be confident. Ward, using this prop, Kevin Ward, as the battering ram, attempting to suck in the Hull Kingston Rovers defenders. Should be moving it out now. Johnson. Oh, that's the sort of pass we almost see from Barry Johnson there. One-handed, putting the pass around the man. Another high kick. Fairbairn's under. Hull Kingston Rovers had a very hard-fought campaign to get here. They beat their local neighbours, Hull in the first round, York in the second, Lee in the third, and really had a struggle on their hands. 24-24 in the semi-final, and pulled the game round with 12 men, and then took the replay at 17-0. So they may be losing at the moment, but lots of character in the side, Alec.
Oh yes, I'm just looking along the line, Ray, to see which man is liable to produce that spark of rugby which they require. Because at the moment, Castleford are dictating the play. They're playing one-man rugby and supporting the man with the ball. And really, Hull Kingston look a very tired lot.
And I'm sure Roger Millward, just 5 minutes before the half, he'll have a lot to say at half-time. Certainly, I think he'll want more pep, more bounce from his forwards. Amazing how the ball's going against the head in these scrums.
Yes, he's a good hooker, Ray Watkinson, and he will get most of the balls what are going. But Castleford now, really, what they'll be thinking about is, can we hold Hull Kingston until half-time? Because it'll be a very bad time for Hull Kingston to score a try now.
Yes, Rovers could do with something now. Miller, that's a good pass to Harrison. But once again, I got the feeling there that when Miller gave that pass to Harrison, he wasn't running flat out. Harkin, Doherty, trying to get the ball going. No need to miss the man out there, really. He had a 3-2. Harkin. Paul Harkin looking to take the scrum there, but needs a little bit of inspiration there behind the scrum. It'll be very hard work in those packs now. Temperature beginning to rise there as the sun beginning to peep a little bit through the clouds. And a penalty, yes. Correct decision there by Robin Whitfield. Hull Kingston Rovers pack not allowing Castleford to get down, driving forward, just explaining it to the players. Just 3 minutes to go to this half. Castleford, I think, settling the play down. I'm certain skipper John Joyner will settle for this lead at half-time. He'll not be bothered, I don't think, about actually increasing it at this stage. He'll play through these tackles, keep the ball in midfield. That's what he's doing here with his forwards. Beardmore. Oh, but that's a good pass. And that's a silly one. Kelly, and that's a good pass to Prove. He's got a chance here. Has he got the legs? I think he has. He's going in for the try. Jamie Sandy. And that all came from that silly pass. And suddenly, Gary Prome, in his last match for Hull Kingston Rovers before he pops down under to the Eastern Suburbs Club, he set the terraces alight.
Castleford cannot believe that Hull Kingston can't believe the look here. Bob Beardsmore, he'll never ever forgive himself here when he and it was bully England. Cannot believe a lovely ball from Kelly. Gary Prome, a formality, this fella, just straight down the middle of the park, comes down all the way, and Hull Kingston needed this.
Certainly a shock try there from Gary Prome, but he had the strength and he had the pace to get there. And can John Doherty put Rovers in the lead. And just at the stage when we were saying that Hulkinson Rovers had problems, that Hulkinson Rovers were looking somewhat tired, up popped Gary Prome, and he was in. A minute to half-time, and what a time to score, Alec.
Yes, I did say, Ray, that Castleford mustn't allow Kingston to score a try before half-time, but nobody expected a try like that.
Yes, and it all came from that bad pass. Not a difficult kick for Doherty, but a kick certainly with a lot of pressure on. Mr. Joe Cool, they call him. And this would be his 100th successful kick of the season if he gets this. And he misses it. A lot of pressure on Doherty. It looked a simple kick, but who knows what's a simple kick unless somebody has actually kicked here at Wembley with a 90,000 crowd and sound buzzing around your ears. But there's the hooter. The half-time whistle gone. Castleford trooping off, and I'm sure that although their coach Mulready would be delighted to go in leading at 7 points to 6, I'm pretty sure that Roger Millwood, the Hulkinson Rovers coach, he'd be delighted at that try, because I think that's brought his side back in, Alec.
Yes, but I don't know what he's going to say to Gavin Miller, Ray, because I definitely think this fella's playing 80% fit. I think he's only firing on 2 cylinders.
Well, nevertheless, I think we're in for quite a few tries in the... I think she must have enjoyed the first 40 minutes. Let's hope this second half is just as good. The Earl of Derby looking after her. So Robin Whitfield then about to get the second half underway, and John Doherty to restart. Again, kicks it deep.
I think they'll want to have a little bit of time in the Castleford half, Ray, in the early stage of this first half. They'll realise that the longer Castleford's in front, the harder they are going to be to beat.
Sandy. Bob Beardmore having a good game there, bringing this loose forward. Ian French onto the ball, running well off Beardmore to Johnson. That's a good pass, that cuts out Doherty. Joyner inside to Lord, good linking up, back to Marchant. Very elusive customer, this Tony Marchant. Had a call this week from Cliff Watson in Australia, and other good friend of ours over there, and said 1 or 2 players to look out for. Alec has certainly seen some good players in Great Britain now.
Well, it's nice to hear about people like Cliff Watson and Brian Todd. I hope all the people in Australia and New Zealand are really enjoying the game as much as we are. It's a tremendous game, and they look forward to seeing some of these lads over there.
Peter Johnson. Emma. And the temperature beginning to rise there now, Alec. It's really hotting up here in the stadium.
I think it'll be begin to rise down on the field in a few minutes if this score stays like it is, Ray, because Old Kingston really are not throwing the ball about like we're used to seeing, and they look very, very straightforward play.
To Fairburn. Well, a bit of a gamble, this selection, but that's a good pass again to Sandy. Can't he beat a man, this little man? And he loves his game. He's tapping the ball to himself. Back to Johnson. Ketteridge. Bob Beardmore. Controlling things this scrum half, Bob Beardmore. I know he feels he's got a lot to prove to the Great Britain coach, Maurice Bamford. Left him out of this summer training squad. And there's a big strong prop who's been put into the summer training squad. Kevin Ward picked to put a bit of beef into that front row. Beardmore again. Little chip, it's a dangerous one. Prome's relaxed, and it's a try. Yes, a little chip. And I don't think Gary Prome realised what was happening. But Bob Beardmore, he'd gone round the back of Prome. Prome just stood there, Alec.
Well, really, what you've got to say here, this is very, very bad play indeed. Good play by Robert Beardsmore, but just watch Gary Prome here. Kick the ball dead, but never do this. And Bob Beardmore does get there.
Yes, just how casual can you be? I don't really think Bob Beardmore ever envisaged scoring this try. But Gary Prome, he seems to freeze just there. And it's a try. And we saw Bob Beardmore, he picked up 2 tries in the semi-final. And he picked those up from nothing, both close in. And there's another. And again, if you're going to score a try, the time to score a try is either side of the half-time.
Well, this is it. I cannot believe this. Bob Beardmore surely couldn't have hoped to score off this, but Gary Prome, he must have had a blackout.
And I think as well, Alec, we noticed George Fairburn was actually slowly coming across. I think he thought Gary Prome had covered him. But difficult kick for Ketteridge. Well, he's curled it round. No, just to the right of the posts. £11 points to 6 for Castleford now.
We'll have to see now, Ray, what effect that has on Old Kingston Rovers, because that could be a really crucial part of this game. It was a really bad try, something Old Kingston Rovers could have done without.
And that's a silly mistake. Roger Millward, the coach for Rovers, doesn't look too happy. I'm sure he'll want to know what Gary Prome was doing there. And a drop out beneath the posts. To Kelly. Gary Prome. That's a good pass from Smith. That's a good ball to Fairburn. This is better from Hull Kingston Rovers now. Prome. To Harkin. Johnson. This Castleford defence, very strong, very tight. Coming up in pairs to the tackle. Harkin again to Emma. I think Paul Harkin could do with missing 1 or 2 of the men out, but there's a high kick. Well, he's missed it. Johnson has it. Here's pressure now. Six tackles now for Hull Kingston Rovers. What can they do? Doherty to Miller. Good pass to Gary Prome. No, good tackle. Excellent tackle from Keith England. Prome was looking for the line there. To Harkin. Dummy. But well read by Kevin Beardmore. Good pressure from Hull Kingston Rovers here. To Doherty. Johnson.
I think Old Kingston Ray could do with a try here, because they're putting the pressure on and in the right position.
To Miller. Well, it's a melee. Robbie Whitfield there, I don't think he knows who's got the ball. I think he's waited till somebody comes up with it. And it's Castleford. And a timely ball to come up with there from the full-back, Gary Lord. When people talk about Wembley nerves, it's strange to see Castleford looking very confident, yet not a single member of the side ever played at Wembley before, Alex.
That's right. Well, it affects you in different ways, Ray. It rather makes you into a great side or it destroys you. But I am very, very concerned with the way Gavin Miller is playing in this game. Surely Roger Millwood would be far better off bringing a 15 number 15 on, who is fit, because Gavin Mill is definitely not fit.
George Ferber. Oh, good tackle. This lad Keith England, number 11, getting through a fine stint of tackling for Rovers. Johnson. Well, he lost the ball, Peter Johnson, but he lost it going backwards, so it's not a knock-on. Emma. To Harkin. To Miller. Well, a silly pass, a sloppy pass again. Hyde gets it out. But no. Referee Robin Whitfield has spotted an offence, a knock-on. And certainly, as you were saying, Gavin Miller looks to be struggling. He doesn't look happy with his game. We know the sort of quality football this lad can play. Has been the best loose forward in Great Britain this season, and certainly not producing the game on this match. That's a good heel. Dorahy. But good work there. Any young loose forward watching, number 13 there, Ian French, came out of that scrum well, covered across field. Castleford still 11 points to 6 in the lead. Zukemmer hurling his 15 stone there at those amber and black Castleford shirts. And Kelly, I get the feeling that this Rovers pack is coming a little bit stronger now, Alan.
Yes, they're going to have to do as well, Ray, because they're doing very little else, and they're not relying on the three quarters. I think it's man-for-man play, just slipping the ball to forwards and hoping that a break's going to come from it.
Harkin. That's a good ball, but no. Mike Smith knew that it was the sixth tackle. He elected to take the chance of a scrum. Just 10 minutes gone in this second half. Referee there, Robin Whitfield, keeping a tight rein on the game, having a very good game. The second occasion at Wembley. Refereed here in 83. And a penalty. Fine tradition of witness referees here Robin Whitfield is following. When you think we've had Ronnie Campbell, Mick Norton and George Phillips pre-war, tremendous tradition that witness has produced. Oh, and that's a good kick. Castleford. Ketteridge. To Beardmore. Oh, good ball from Johnson. But Ian French well met in the tackle there. Beardmore. Kevin Beardmore. Harkin. Well, this little lad, Paul Harkin, he was here at Wembley in 81 and he's not giving up. He's pushing his side on. To Miller. Watkinson.
There still doesn't seem anybody, Ray, in this Hull Kingston side that's willing to run with the ball. It's turning the ball back in the middle, and it's just suiting Castleford.
Oh, that's a good pass from Emma. Johnson, he's got Gary Prone with him. He delayed the pass, but I think he had to do. David Plans was shadowing Gary Prone. Oh, and that's a bad knock-on. Well, David Watkinson, he's the skipper, and he looked at the man who passed him the ball, but I'm sorry, David, you had your eye off the ball when that came to you. It definitely wasn't the passer's mistake. Must keep your eye on the ball when it's coming to you. Oh, and that's a good scrum. There's some drive going in there. And a penalty. Yes, Castleford scrum half there, Bob Beardmore. He knew that his side were being pushed back. It was a despairing effort. I think he knew that Hull Kingston Rovers had the ball and he risked being offside and he was penalised. A differential penalty, of course. He can't go for goal in rugby league. The only time he can go for goal at a scrum is for foul play. Andy Kelly. Harkin, Dorahy. This looks promising, George Fairbairn. Peter Johnson. But there's the problem with Hull Kingston Rovers. One forward coming, Johnson looking for support play there, nobody following on. The two half-backs, Dorahy and Harkin, trying to create the play, but that lack of flow between the half-backs, forwards and three-quarters. Harkin, Miller, Pro.
With all this pressure, Ray, you know, Hull Kingston Rovers have got to put some points on the board, because the more they're in this half, the more Castleford are getting confidence.
Dorahy. Oh, that was a good interception for Bob Beardmore. He read that so well. And a penalty, yes. Paul Harkin interfering at the play of the ball. Didn't allow Beardmore to play the ball to himself. He was stood behind him, tugged at his shirt. And Bob Beardmore just readjusting the jersey. Castleford supporters really getting behind their side now. Just that 5-point gap, 11 points to 6, trying to go would put Rovers in charge again. Johnson, good slip pass to Beardmore. Ian French. Oh, that's a good dummy. French again. This is the difference between the Castleford and the Hull Kingston Rovers pack. Castleford putting 2 or 3 passes together in a very short space. Joyner. 15 minutes gone in the second half. 6 tackle coming up. And I wouldn't be surprised to see another attempted drop, but somebody's hurt. And certainly Jeff Plummer, the Hull Kingston Rovers physiotherapist, wanted here. It looks like number 12 there, Des Harrison. Possibly caught his head in the tackle. That doesn't look too good, Alec, does it?
No, it doesn't, and I think one of the only times that the referee can stop the play, Ray, is when a man is in a dangerous position and interfering with play. Now, obviously, this is one of those positions.
And the Castleford physiotherapist nicely coming on to help to attend to him. Oh, this is a sad occasion at Wembley. Stretcher coming on. And John Lydiot, Roger Millward, just having a word. Well, John Lydiot will be keen to come on. Keen to show his paces. 1 or 2 clubs in Australia are looking at this lad. He's offered to go over there if a club will take him, so now is his chance. But sad to get a chance like this. And it looks like a shoulder injury.
Well, I think there was a sheer accident. This has 2 forwards going here. John Joyner goes down here, and I think he comes in late. He's not in the tackle yet. He's just coming in now. And I think one of his own men have actually hit him with his head and caught him in the throat.
Yeah, but it could possibly be a jaw injury, Alec, or he has broken his arm earlier in the year in the first round that we saw on the screen in January. But a sad exit there for Des Harrison. Getting a good round of applause from the crowd. Let's hope he soon recovers over the summer. And John Lydiot, eager to come on. Utility back. Restart. Beardmore again, trying the same trick. But not this time. Well taken by David Laws. That kick from Beardmore, but well worth trying. And it was offside. Robin Whitfield, the judging that Tony Marchant was in front of the ball when it was kicked. And we just hear that Des Harrison really has a very bad bout of concussion. I'm surprised that Roger Millwood didn't bring Gordon Smith on. He brought Gordon Smith on in the semi-final when Hull KR were lacking, Alec, and he moved the ball about well, didn't he?
Yes, I think so, Ray, and I think he needs a little bit of new blood now, because certainly if there has been any worries about people like Gordon Smith coming on the field, I think I should send him on now, because Gavin Miller and Smith are really struggling. This fella number 13, he's normally buzzing all over the park. Today, the biggest moments of his life and probably the biggest letdown.
Well, let's hope Miller can get back in the game. He's a hard customer, and all credit to the lad. If he has got a leg injury, it takes guts to go out there with it. That's a good kick. Still only 5 points difference between the two sides, despite Castleford's territorial dominance. Trying to go would put Rovers back in the driving seat. Kelly. Big second row, this Andy Kelly. Cost Rovers £60,000 from Wakefield Trinity. Miller to Dorahy. Oh, that's a good run, but a good cover tackle. Superb cover tackle there from Ian French. Covering behind the line to Lydiot. And a penalty. Yes, Robin Whitfield, the judging that John Dorahy struck somebody. "20 minutes gone, Castleford still 11 points to 6. And doesn't John Dorahy look disconsolate with himself there? He's led away a prime position. Lack of discipline there, and that's very unusual in an Australian player. We get accustomed for their players to be very well disciplined on the field. Beardmore.
I think really Hull Kingston Rovers, Ray, have only themselves to blame, because they've had territorially all the advantage, but they're not creating the chances when they get in the danger area, and things like that should never happen at Wembley.
Beardmore to Kevin Wall. Well, it's not a high-scoring game as yet, like last season's final, but certainly plenty of excitement here. The trophy still not anybody's destiny. Bob Beardmore, that's a good pass to his brother Kevin. These two twin brothers, very keen, not the first twins, the Drake twins. Bill and Jim played for Hull here. David Laws. Good run. Good recovery run there, out of defence by David Laws. Johnson. To Miller. Oh, well, I was just about to say well picked up, but I think referee Robin Whitfield must have sharper eyes than I've got. He judged the knock on there. Dorahy, the Rovers number 6, working very hard to get this Hull Kingston Rovers machine ticking. Joyner. Oh, good run from Joyner. He's got Jamie Sandy with him. Well, he's beaten. Now then, it's a race between Sandy and Fairburn, and the little man's in. Yes, he's in. I think, like Alex Murphy said earlier in the match, this man is so small, 5'4".
Well, here he is, Tom Thumb, good ball here now as John Joyner gets the ball. This is magnificent standoff play. He's a big lad, this is what we was talking about this morning, but here's a little midget. Tom Thumb slips round him, slips past him. He's still a lot to do. George Fairbairn looks as though he's going to nail him. He looks as though he's going to be nailed by Gary Clark, but obviously he's strong, and that's a good try.
Yes, and I think this just wasn't pace from Jamie Sandy here. He has an awful lot to do. We said he was 5'4". We said he was 11 stone. But just look at the determination in that lad. Sheer strength. George Fairbairn, he's no milk coming across. And just look at the determination the lad gets there. They'll love that try up in East in Brisbane. And Sandy, well, he's pleased with himself. Castleford substitute there, David Rookley. Ready to be coming on. Kevin Ward geeing his forwards up. And Kettridge taking the kick whilst Gary Lord comes off. Very brave decision by Malcolm Reilly to play this youngster. Played very few games this year. An amateur not 12 months ago with the Stanley Rangers club. But how well he's been a credit to the amateur club and to Castleford itself. And the substitution allows David Rookley to get a game as well. A difficult kick for Kettridge. But that strong breeze that we had earlier in the game has relapsed somewhat now. Attempts to swing it round, but no. But nevertheless, Alec, at 15 points to 6, well, Castleford in control.
Yes, 15-6, Ray, and I think rightly so. They've looked the better side, they've took the chances well, and really, looking at this old Kingston Rovers side, you've got to ask yourself, what can they do now? There's a lot of players out there who are either unfit or very, very tired.
Yes, just 15 minutes to go, and I think we can have a lot of sympathy there for Coach Roger Millward. I rang him this morning, and he could only name his side at 12 o'clock. He's had one or two players. John Dorothy has had a bout of flu. Peter Johnston's had a stomach bug, and Gavin Miller's had a leg strain. But it's not over yet. I think there are many of us, Alec, who've seen Challenge Cups go from one side to the other in the last 15 minutes.
That's right, all you need is a try, but they're going to need it quickly, Ray, because the more confidence Castleford gets, they're holding the ball, they're supporting the man with the ball, and they're doing the basics right.
And this is one man who is doing the basics right, Bob Beardmore, bringing these forwards onto the ball. But not like that. Now then, chance for Hull Kingston Rovers. They've really got to do something with this ball. But that's significant there. Paul Harkin having to come back inside. No support play to put the ball to. Peter Johnson. That's a good pass to Kelly. Now there's an example, Alec, looking for support and nobody coming on the ball.
Well, that's right, and that must tell you, Ray, that there is men on that field who can't get to them positions, because Andy Kelly was showing the ball for a good 10 minutes there, and really, Old Kingston Rovers have got to come back in this game.
Harkin, high kick. Oh, well taken. Very well taken by David Rookley. He is a full-back normally. And just look at that little lad again, he's coming into the play. He's using all of that 11 stone to good effect. What a day for him. That's a bad drop. Puts Rovers back on the attack. To Miller. Mike Smith. Emma. Had a very sound game, this prop, Zook Emma. Took a lot of the balls at first and second receiver, driving the game in. Harkin. Fairbairn linking up well. Kelly. Well, still going. Did well to keep hold of that, Andy Kelly. Gary Prome. Oh, just look at the time, and he's given a try. Yes. What a surprise, Gary Prome. Well, he was deceived by that try earlier on with Bob Beardmore, and he's deceived everybody himself. It looked as if he was going into touch under a cloud there of the Castleford players.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ray, he might have let a try in, but this try certainly took some scoring. This is very, very strong man. He's got 3 men round him and just pops it over the line.
And I think here, Alec, we must compliment Robin Whitfield on his refereeing here. If we just look at these yellow shirts, over the top, but just look at that arm. And Robin was positioned perfectly behind the line to his right-hand side. And 4 points from Gary Prome. Well, Alec, what we were saying, the cup can change hands in the last 15 minutes. 15-10 now to Castleford, and this goal could be the vital one.
And that's right. And Robin Whitfield here, that was a great decision by him. He was right up with play. But just going back to Wilkinson Rovers now, John Donoghue, who's kicking this goal, Mr. Cool, and if he kicks this goal, Castleford are really going to be under a lot of pressure again, because I've got a feeling Wilkinson Rovers will throw everything at him.
"99 goals to his credit. Can he celebrate his 100th kick of the season with this one? A lot of pressure on the lad. No, wrong direction. But still the vital difference, only 5 points between the two sides. A try and a goal from Rovers could snatch the trophy. "11 minutes to go, and could we have a dramatic 11 minutes now?" This is the period when players begin to get tired, and I think here is a good tactical substitution possibly. Gordon Smith, usually a scrum half or standoff, and I think Roger Millward is bringing this lad on, a fresh lad, to move the ball about the field.
Well, I can't believe what I've just seen from this bench, Ray. Roger Millward actually was bringing Gavin Miller off. He's brought Andy Kelly off, and I don't think he's too happy about it, and still left Gavin Miller on, who's not raised a gallop all afternoon. I don't think this fella's too happy.
Well, happy or not, as you know, Alec, at St Helens, the coach is in charge, and it's Wilkinson Rovers with the ball in their hands. Gordon Smith, Miller, and there is some determination from Gavin. Johnson. Roger Millward, I think, wanting to use Gordon Smith to help move the ball out a little bit wider. I think he feels that Gary Prome, if he can get the ball, can do some damage. And the sixth tackle. Harkin. Now straight down Rookley's throat. Somewhat of a surprise when this boy Rookley was relegated to substitute.
There's got to be one flash from somewhere for Wilkinson Rovers. They've got to have somebody with pace, with strength, who wants to run with the ball and take Castleford on.
Johnson. Looking to get that pass out. Notice how the Wilkinson Rovers side try to clamp the ball to Johnson's chest, stop him from getting those one-handed passes. Ian French. Good run of this number 13 from Wyndham Manley, but not quite escaped the grips of the tackling. Beardmore, chipped through again for David Laws. Bob Beardmore there for Castleford, I think playing the old soldier, chipped the ball through and immediately ran straight into the opposition. An old trick. And Castleford bringing a substitute on here now. Stuart Horton, the hooker, played in all the previous cup rounds. And I think one of the reasons for bringing these substitutes on, Alec, the temperature really must be soaring down there now. The sun's streaming down.
Yes, I think that is a problem there. There's a lot of tired lads out there, but for Old Kingston Rovers, they have got to move the ball outside. They're just holding the ball. I mean, look at this, for instance, here now. Gary Prome tackled in possession when all they've got to do is to move the ball out wide. They cannot score down the middle.
Doherty, nice sidestep from Doherty. But look who's underneath it. Bob Beardmore, and a lovely pass to Jamie Sandy. That was class rugby. And he's taken a knock in the process. Gary Hyde. Johnson. Good ball. But that was a wild pass to Miller. Can Hull Kingston Rovers make something of it? Smith to Emma. Always made a break. But again, nobody with him. To Harkin now. Rovers back in the game. Mike Smith. Doherty. Thurber. Paul Harkin again. But no. 3 or 4 passes there, put in pace at speed, but not really going forward. But this is the one man who is going forward. Having a good game, this lad.
He's playing very well, Zucama, but I still believe this game has got to be won outside. There's Gary Clark on the wing there, even time man, and he's not had a pass all the game.
Yes. George Fairburn. Well covered by Fairburn. To Doherty. But he's stranded here, he's alone on this wing. And a good tackle by David Clange. Laws. But certainly these two wingmen for Hull Kingston Rovers, Laws and Clark, both Great Britain squad players, as dangerous as anybody in the game. But the ball just isn't getting to them. Emma. But a lot of pressure. Score only 15 points to 10 for Castleford. Trying a goal would clinch it for Rovers. Pro. And good sensible play there from Harkin. It was the 6th tackle. Paul Harkin, number 7 for Rovers, knew that if he'd played that ball, the ball would have been handed over to Castleford, so he's willing to risk the scrum, take a 50-50 ball. And substitute there, Kevin Beardmore coming off. Been injured for a long time, and I think Mal really realises that Beardmore might be suffering a little bit with fitness. 5 minutes left. 5 points separating the two sides. Sandy.
Well, Ray, you can't halt this fella for Archie. He's had a tremendous game, the little lad. And really, when nobody's wanted to take the ball, he's always been there on hand.
I'm surprised Castleford are not kicking this ball very, very deep upfield in the closing minutes now, and you don't really want to be caught deep in your own half. Ketteridge. And the 6th tackle coming up. Rovers streaming back to get this ball. That's a good kick. Had a good game, Bob Beardmore. I think he'll be one of my candidates for the man of the match. Oh, good run here from Clark. Well, that just shows the danger of this Gary Clark. Great Britain wingman, very, very dangerous, and yet never been given a running chance. Almost been like a spectator stood out there watching the game. In fact, it's the first occasion I can remember him with the ball in his hands, Alex.
He's angled the ball, Ray, twice in almost 80 minutes, once in the first half and once in the second. And if they're going to win the game, surely Hull Kingston Rovers have got to throw caution to the wind.
Well, if they want to win the game, they've got 3 minutes to do it. And they've got 6 tackles to do it in. Watkinson. Trying to set a captain's example at this stage. Smith. That's a good ball from Gordon Smith to Laws. We just look at those yellow shirts streaming across there. There were 4 Castleford defenders there covering. Smith, Lydia. Miller. Could we see a dramatic up and under here from the Rovers side? Harkin, good ball to Prome. Two minutes left. 5 points separating these two sides. That's a good ball. There's some height in that. Ruckley's underneath it, and he's taking it well. Brilliant catch at this stage. The fate of the Challenge Cup could have hung on that ball, Alec.
Yes, I think them's the catches you've got to take, and young Ruckley then never took his eye off the ball, and if anybody's won a cup, that could be the catch.
To Ketteridge. Castleford will play through these tackles. Kevin Ward, what better man to take the ball at this stage. He'll hold it, he'll hook that ball close to his chest. 1 minute to go, and I'm sure this Castleford side can sense victory, but that's a bad kick. Very bad kick. That means a scrum down now, and it's head and ball to Hull Kingston Rovers. They should take this ball. We will have some injury time. Harkin to Miller, that's a good pass. To Smith, Lydiot to Gary Clark. Oh, he's still running. Now then, 5 tackles to go, 5 points the difference. Coming up to injury time. Can Rovers do it? Gary Prome. That's a good dummy. He's still going. Back to Doherty. Back to David Laws, who's got some space. Oh, magnificent tackle. Magnificent tackle by that Ruckley. 40 minutes are up, but in injury time. Last-ditch effort by Rovers. Here's a chance to Gary Prome, and he's in. John Lydiot's in. What drama. We're in injury time. And John Lydiot's in for a try. What more could we have?
Well, are we going to see the cup clutched out of the way of Castleford? This is Hull Kingston's first real attack, and substitute John Lydiard takes the ball, catches it, and dives over in the corner. Can he kick the goal?
Well, 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 has there ever been a final quite like this? We're almost a minute into injury time, and John Lydiard goes over in the corner. And again, Robin Whitfield was decisive with that try, and I think there's a problem with that ball. Is he happy with the pressure? Yes, the ball has been changed. Now then, the man known throughout Australia, known throughout Great Britain as Mr. Joe Cool, John Doherty, has the chance to win the Challenge Cup for Hull Kingston Rovers. And if he misses, it surely must be Castleford's cup. And he's kicking with a brand new ball. Mr. Whitfield must have been concerned about the pressure on the previous ball. 2 minutes into injury time. 15-14 to Castleford. And just look at Malcolm Riley, David Sampson there, and Roger Millward. Everything hinges on this kick. I've never heard a roar like this. There are boos, there are cheers. Here he goes. It's not there. Castleford leap up in the air. Settle down, settle down. There's still time to play. 1 point between the two sides. Well, it was a tremendous kick for that lad. Every sympathy with him. I wouldn't like to have kicked it, Alec.
No, I think it was a tremendous effort by John Dorahy, but it would have been injustice to Castleford, because really, Ray, they've been the better team. They really deserve to be in front, and really they deserve to win the Challenge Cup.
1 point in it. Can they come back? Gavin Miller, and all credit to this Hull Kingston Rovers side. They look down and out, 3 minutes into injury time, and here's a chance. But a good tackle. 4 tackles to go. Well, we said the last 15 minutes could change the destination of the Challenge Cup. Man of the match there, Bob Beardmore, and how well he's deserved it. Scored the try and directed the play. Oh, that's Castleford ball. But a knock-on. A huge roar of relief came up from the Castleford section of the crowd there, but a knock-on. And we've got 3.5 minutes now into injury time. We did have a long stoppage, if we remember, with the sad stretcher case of Des Harrison. 15 points to 14. Everything to play for. A year's hard work, hard graft. Oh, this is good play. Dorahy. Out to Lydiot. Oh, but a good tackle. Superb tackle by Tony Marchant. 4 minutes of injury time now. Dorahy again. To Mike Smith. But a knock-on. There's the hooter. David Plans leaps in the air. I don't think Castleford can believe it. Tremendous ovation there from the Castleford crowd. And Bob Beardmore, number 7. Well, I think he had a point to prove to the Great Britain coach, Maurice Bamford, that he should be the man for the Great Britain spot. But he'll not be bothered now. He's won the Challenge Cup, and commiserations there. Nice to see the spirit that this game's been played in. But Castleford, aren't they delighted? This club, founded 60 years ago, winners on every appearance at Wembley. They disposed of Huddersfield in 1935, Salford in 1969, Wigan in 1970, and now they take Hull Kingston Rovers' scalp in 1986. And always they've been the underdogs, Alec, but they've deserved it.
They've come to the bookmakers' rescue, Ray. The 3-1 favourites have been tumbled and justifiably done, because Castleford have gone about the game, they've done the job right, they took the chances, and I think on the day they deserved the results. It's absolutely fantastic down below. There's yellow and black flags everywhere. You cannot believe it. There must not be a person left in Castleford.
Yes, and what drama we had there with that last kick. How delighted. I bet that little lad would have been in tears if that last kick of John Dorahy went over. Nice to see Roger Millward, a Castleford lad himself, played for the Castleford club, played for Castleford schoolboys alongside the Castleford coach Malcolm Wheely. And that's a nice touch. Commiserations with his captain David Watkinson. In rugby league you win some and you lose some, and this little man Roger has won every cup in the game, but sadly for him, not today. And Castleford on the way to receive the trophy. A local side, no costly overseas signings, only Ian French and Jamie Sandy from Brisbane, 2 very moderately priced Australians. But that's the success coach Mal Wheely has done. He's blended the local talents. And John Joyner, well, I don't think he wants that Challenge Cup. £16,000 cash prize along with the Challenge Cup. And what a tradition the game created back in 1897 when the cup was purchased for £60. It's worth a lot more than that now. And John Joyner to receive as winners from Royal Highness Princess Alexandra the Silk Cut Challenge Cup for 1986. And how well he's deserved it. It's the huge roar from the Castleford contingent. 20,000 have travelled down from the town. 2 out of every 3, and I'm sure those people left back in Castleford, they'll be dancing in the streets. There'll be celebrations in John Joyner's fish and chip shop tonight. And Bob Beardmore, the man of the match. And how well those youngsters have worked, every one of them. And none better there than Tony Marchand, that try. Tremendous piece of centre play. David Flange did his bit. And Keith England worked and grafted hard. Ian French. And the man who took the brunt of all the Rovers tackling, Kevin Ward. And little Jamie Sandy. What a magnificent match he had. Rose to the occasion. And good to see Rookley on. A proud man, John Joyner. Crowned a great career, 14 caps with Great Britain, won every honour in the game, and now finally, for the first time, he gets his hands on the trophy. And a disconsolate little mascot there. Doesn't he look upset, Alec?
Well, this must be the most tragic part of the day for this little fella. He's been up early this morning, and this must be a disappointment also for David Watkinson. He knows today they've not done it. The spectators are disappointed, but no more so than these lads. Gary Clark, really, really disappointed.
But it takes two sides to make a Challenge Cup final. And Hull Kingston Rovers, they gave of their best. Andy Kelly, little Gordon Smith, he'll be pleased to have got on. And John Dorry, everything hinged on that kick, but what a kick to take. And George Fairbairn, Peter Johnson and Zoo Kemmer, for me, one of Hull Kingston Rovers' strongest running forwards. Paul Harkin, and what a...
And Hanslet's team there, Langton, Griffith, Shelton, Priest and Lee, the halfbacks, Gavitas and Marchand. The front three forwards, Hartley, Fryer and Eyre. The second row, Ramsey and Gunny. And the loose forward, number 13, is skipper Fred Ward. That is Hanslet. Wigan in their famous cherry and white jerseys. And this is the team just for your delight. Ashby full back, three quarters, right wing Boston, Ashton, Holden, centres and left wing Trevor Lake, the leading try scorer in the rugby league. Half-backs, Cliff Hill. You probably saw that great try before that he scored. Pars from half, the front three, prop forward, Gardner, Clark, McTeague, Evans, Stevens and Gilfedder. And those are the two teams. Their skipper on the right, Fred Ward, and on the left, Eric Ashton, 40 minutes each way. It doesn't say so in the programme, it says 45, but it's 40 minutes. And Eric Ashton has won the toss, which means that Hanslet on our left will kick off. And I talked about the green hot plate of rugby league last season. Well, it's not hot today, but the weather, I mean. I think the football will be. The menu, I don't know. Yorkshire pudding or Lancashire hot pot. Well, you'll see it unfold. You can reckon for the first quarter of an hour or something, it's going to be tough, hard going down the middle. 13 players aside. Marchand to kick off. Kick, you watch the 3 o'clock. And the referee's checking his, and off we go right now. Got to go 10 yards or into touch, and it's a penalty on the halfway line for the ball having gone straight into touch. And I think that Laurie Gilfedder will have a shot at goal. I'm only thinking this. This will be a sensational start. He kicks from the halfway line. The player's got to retire 10 yards. Yes, he's going to have a kick at goal. Now, you know the distance. There's the halfway line. Well, then, there's the distance away up to our... That is a heck of a long way, isn't it? A long way to walk it. Never mind, kick it. And there's the kicker. Laurie Gilfedder, international. What a start if he kicks this. Away he goes. It's a goal! got a start, and that's from kicking the ball straight into touch. And he gave a terrific impetus start for Wigan. 2 points to 0. Well, that's, if you can realise it, in the very first minute. In fact, we've probably only gone play about 30 seconds, and it's 1 minute when he kicked the goal. In fact, it's quite a start for the Lancastrians. I thought it was a false start, but he's not getting it. Huntly's on our left, Wigan on our right in the cherry and white jerseys. McTeague, the veteran. Now keep your eye on this, and if you can't recognise him, he's got a bit of a bald spot at the top of his nut. It'll keep coming up somewhere or another before it's over. Danny Gardner, the Workington, and he's got a sweatband round his ears, cauliflower ears, you know, when you keep pushing in the pack. Sometimes it brings cauliflower ears. Well, he's keeping his ears quiet. Hold on. Hunslet now have got to settle for the next 10 minutes if they can to keep this confident obstruction. A chance for Billy Langton, hold him in possession, but it's a penalty for Hunslet. And there's Billy Langton. 130 odd goals this season, 980 goals about in his career, and none more vital than this. Vital to restore confidence and settlement to Hunslet. He takes 2 strides back, he doesn't run a long way, he kicks the ball and he kicks it in the middle and it's through. Can't have a better start than that. 2-2, and we've been playing exactly 3 minutes. 2-2. So this looks as if it's going to be probably a point game, point scoring game, that is. Billy Langton, way back, #1 jersey, chocolate and white colours. Brian McTeague on our right. I'll introduce you to the players. Number 9 is the hooker of Wigan. Number 9, the hooker for Hunslet on our left, Bernard Pryor. I'll get you introduced to the players as soon as I can, and it's a penalty for Hunslet to relieve the situation. Fred Ward, number 13, in possession. And Langton, I thought he was rubbing his arm there. He was probably just rubbing the dirt off his sleeves. Good kick. Ashton won the toss, but it's pretty impossible to just say how this wind will perform. Now that's a good picture of a scrum. That's the scrum. Hunslet's on our left, Marchant in, well heeled by Clark. Look how they put him weight in. He's keeping the players back to keep them on side, but the ball's not being heeled. That's very good. That's Marchant exactly the same again. Oh no, it's far to put in. Who's putting it in? Far, should be. He is. Flip Hill, this is the boy that the crowd will rise to when he gets going. Number 6, Ashton. 5 minutes gone, 2-2. Number 7, Marchant. Colin Clark, the hooker. Dummy, 8, Gardner. Clark again, Curly Clark. Remember, the number 9s are the hookers. They're the middle of the 8 and 10s. Danny Gardner. He's got the ball, advantage, and Ramsey's got it. Ramsey of Hunslet. Kenny Eyre. Hartley, 17.5 stone of him. Watch this one. He'll take 2 or 3 of them. There's Brian McTeague with that ball platter. What a great player. He's 34 years of age. Halfway line, 2 points each. Gunny, second row forward, Shelton. Marchand, Gavitas. Oh, and a nice... Oh, what a tackle. If he's still got his head on, he'll enjoy the match. Right, Joe. That flattened his look. Oh, nicely, Gavitas. Right, so this is Boston. Great defence coming in to take the ball and the man. Somebody's taking the man there. I don't know where to take him to. He doesn't want to leave there. Hartley, 17.5 stone. You're going to expect a lot of that. It's going to be a tough game, is this? I can smell it a mile off. Marchand, Ramsey. Now, this is the boy, if he gets in the wide open spaces, he'll run, if he gets in them. I can tell you a little bit about each one of them, so you know what to expect by the time the game gets settled. Gunny, Gabitas, clever footballer. John Griffith, the Welshman. Pontypool. Thank you, the people from Wales who wrote me. Tell me who we played for. I didn't know it was Pontypool. But there he is, number 2, John Griffith. The only Welshman in the Hunslet side. Now, just imagine you've been in this patch. Let's have a look at it. I know some people like to play forward, you know. Even some ladies write, they say they'd like to be a forward. Can you imagine this? Right, a little tread on him. Roy Evans, this is... Oh, and it's a forward pass. He's got to come back. Forward pass. Cranky paw to feed the scrum, feed the meat to the line. 1 ton of rugby you're looking at there. Meat, brawn, muscle, brain, a lot of it. 2 tons on the field. 2 tons of rugby league stuff. And Ward. Now, what's Ward? Well, it's the first time he's touched the ball, but I'll bet he gives more dummies than he gives passes. He's a master at giving the dummy. Kenny Air, he must be forward. He hasn't given it. And the Wigan people are now being out-shouted by the Hunslet. Is it going to be tough? Don't you leave to put any... do anything. Oh, crikey. They were going to do a special move there, and I can see Wigan's tactics to belt him quickly. Number 13, there was a special move. He was looking round, and he nearly finished under the scoreboard. Gardner. Right, what a tackle. Oh, this is good. You're going to enjoy this one. Charlie Clark. There'll be more going. The first, how long we've been playing? 7 minutes, 6 minutes about? 9 minutes and 2 points all. And there's been, this is a chance for Wigan. There's been more in this than were in the 80 minutes last week of the soccer final already. And there's a lot to come. Brian McTeague, the dummy half, going to get the ball, number 10. Cliff Hill. 4 is a free. Wigan, if you've just dashed in, been held up in traffic, Wigan are on the right. The score is 2 points to 0. And we've been going now just about 10 minutes. Coming right up to 10 minutes. 2-2. Goal each. These fellas can keep this pace up, they'll amaze me. On this good, lush Wembley turf. Number 11 of Wigan playing the ball is Tony Stevens. Number 12, his partner is Roy Evans, the butcher, and it's Wigan's advantage. I mean, it's Hunt's advantage. Wigan's lost ball. Langton's got the ball. Gunny. Jeff Gunny in his 1954 he toured Australia. On a kick. Is he going to roll for touch? It's a typical Marchand effort. But he's gone to Ashby, who's got Lake with him, who's yet to touch the ball. Trevor Lake, and now touched it. A little bit like you. And he's having a word with John Griffith. Keep your tackles out, keep your tackles low, he says. Joe Manley, the referee, well on the job. It's the sort of match is this where you feel that anything can burst. Anything except the ball. Well taken far. 200